Tell them I'm ready for more. Game time. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I just got 20, I'm running on empty. There's more where that came from, my money is silly. I feel like envy, not trying to be friendly. It is what it is, if you want me, come get me. Whenever you ready, no, I keep it steady, yeah, I get the W.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Washington football team. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Miles Sanders' first carry of the game. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Incomplete.
One thing we know about RPO throws, they don't take long to develop. He had him wide open to the outside, hit him with it, but I think his eyes were looking downfield trying to see that open grass, ends up dropping it. That's a missed opportunity.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12.
Where's 52? Mike 52. 52's the Mike. Watch the ground. Mike 52. Mike 52.
Throwing is Hurts. And this is going to be incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now Fitzpatrick. His throw incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. To throw is Fitzpatrick. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Fitzpatrick again. And that will be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Hurts throw complete there to Smith. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. So the completion there, and CD, as we know, trying to defend against an NFL quarterback, that's one thing. Trying to defend against a mobile NFL quarterback, that's quite another. What's the plan here defensively?
Well, the pass rush has to still try and get to him, and especially the guys on the edge, but they're going to go maybe a count slower, right? They want to make sure they don't get too far upfield where he steps up and takes off through a lane. The same is true for those interior guys as well. So you've got to change it up with him. Try and keep him hemmed into the pocket, and occasionally you throw a spy on him, a fast linebacker or one of your extra defensive backs who can dance with him a little bit if he takes off and runs.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it.
Hurts.
Watch quick.
Over the middle, complete. It's Watkins. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They'll run for the first time with Kenneth Gainwell. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
In in Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. They go play action with Hurts. Rolling to his right. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
On 1st down, Hurts. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll go option to the short side. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And these are the kind of plays that defenders dream about. A chance to get a big running start and go after the quarterback. He was not at all put off by the option. I think he committed to the quarterback right from the outset, and he was able to get in there and put the hit on him.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. The touchdown giving them the first quarter lead. Remember, they lost a rough game 2 weeks ago. Then they had to sit through the open week, but a good start here.
And just think about everyone around them, everyone around the organization. When you lose headed into that open week, everyone's cringing because you don't have a chance to get on the horse and ride it again for at least 2 weeks. Well, they were able to take that time, use it constructively, and now they're back in form.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Handoff comes to Peterson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's a give to Peterson. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 37. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go. Now Fitzpatrick. He finds his man complete. That's Peterson. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the pistol, they run with Peterson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A run with a fullback. It's Ben Mason. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Washington on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Fitzpatrick now. He'll drop this down to Peterson. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles 16.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Brandon Graham, great pursuit there, getting the tackle for loss. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Fitzpatrick to throw it. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
5 yards on the play, and it's 3rd down.
Fitzpatrick. Eluding the pressure right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Rager catches it left side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On 2nd and 9, Hurts throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. On the handoff, this is Howard. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down. They're going to try and throw. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And he'll get it down here to the 43. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's a 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
2nd and 5.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Let's go.
Here's Hurts to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this is caught right along sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And the Eagles are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles would extend their lead here just before halftime. Elliott now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Eagles 14, Washington 3.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. DeAndre Carter returning it. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense, as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. First down, Fitzpatrick. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And his kick is right there. It's good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it, because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10, because they've had some time.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll begin on the ground with Gainwell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. On 1st down, it's Hawkins. And they see right through that defensively, as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. throw, Fitzpatrick. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On third down, Fitzpatrick. He's going deep for Brown. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And some room to work. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped.
Okay, every now and then, my defensive bias will leak out here. Abysmal play for them. You've got them backed up, and you let them out.
Couldn't take advantage. And you know who's happy? The punter. Because if he was needed, they gave him a lot of space to work with now.
Yeah, because he would have had a lot to think about, right? Don't step over the back line and give him a safety. Now he's got room if he needed it.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. He'll fire it deep for Rager, and that's caught inside the 35. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Here's Fitzpatrick. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Javon Hargrave has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Fitzpatrick. This is complete to Hawkins. That'll go for a gain of 7. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
And it's 3rd down.
Here's Here's Fitzpatrick. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And the Eagles are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. They run with Sanders off the option.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Finding some room at midfield, and finally taken down at the 44-yard line.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
A first down carry by Sanders, well defensed as they'll hold him to just a couple. 2nd down coming up. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And he's going to be brought down. He needed to get to the 20. But he's a yard or two short. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th. A gain of 6 there on 1st. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though. Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Right back to him on first down. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
You definitely would like to have hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
3rd and long for Ryan Fitzpatrick. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Here's Tressway now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. The Eagles on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. Hurts. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch is taken here a step or 2 inside the 45-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
5 yards remain on 2nd down. To throw is Fitzpatrick. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now Fitzpatrick. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Throwing is Hurts. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over it that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions and giving them nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Desperation time. Fitzpatrick on 4th down. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. Second and 11. Now Sanders. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because We've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but I
like where we're going with this. You say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for Philadelphia, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the New York Giants come to town. Meanwhile, for Washington, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.